The NFL draft is 2 months away, and today I'm breaking down my full 7 round mock draft after the Kansas City Chiefs' tough loss in the Super Bowl. We have some key areas to address, and I think I found the perfect picks to help us get back to championship form. With the 31st pick, I have the Chiefs selecting Josh Conerly Jr., who's an offensive tackle out of Oregon. Look, the Super Bowl loss wasn't on one player, but let's be real. If we had that true left tackle in the game, things could have been different. I think they would have gone different. Conerly is a 2-year starter in Oregon's balanced offense, and he brings elite athleticism, good arm length, and solid technique to the table. As a run blocker, he moves well and is effective in walling off defenders. However, he does need to improve his power to maintain blocks for longer. And in pass protection, he's a fluid mover who mirrors defenders well, but he needs to work on countering speed to power moves. Overall, Conerly is a young, talented tackle with tools to develop into a franchise left tackle, which is exactly what we need. And with our desperate need at the position, he's going to be the pick here. At pick 63, I have the Chiefs taking Tez Johnson, who's a wide receiver who is also out of Oregon. With DeAndre Hopkins and Marquise Brown's futures uncertain, we need a reliable, explosive weapon in the slot, and that's exactly what he will bring to the table. This guy's a quick twitch athlete with elite change of direction and dangerous run after catch ability. He thrives in motion, making him a great fit for Andy Reid's system. However, his thin frame limits him to a slot-only role, and he struggled with drops in college, which, as we know as Chiefs fans, is not fun at all. We dealt with that with Kadarius Toney, so I don't want to deal with that again. But if he can clean that up, he's an instant impact player in the passing game and on special teams as a punt returner. Next up, at pick 66, I'm grabbing Carson Swessinger, who's a linebacker out of UCLA. This guy has skyrocketed up draft boards after a breakout season. He's an athletic linebacker with great coverage skills, capable of staying with tight ends and running backs. His instincts in the run game are impressive, but he needs to bulk up to handle NFL offensive linemen. Look, with Nick Bolton's future uncertain, I think it would be a good idea to bring Carson Swessinger in. At pick 95, I have the Chiefs selecting Kyle Kennard, who is an edge rusher from South Carolina. He led the SEC with 11.5 sacks last year, proving he can get after the quarterback. He has a quick first step, great bend around the edge, and flashes counter moves. He needs to refine his hand usage and add some strength, but he can contribute as a rotational pass rusher right away and develop into a full-time starter. And look, I think it's time we start really thinking about the defensive line's future. George Karlaftis, he won't be here forever. Maybe the Chiefs do bring him back, but it's really not something we got to think about right now. He's still under contract, but we don't know what Chris Jones is going to be doing in the future. He's still back, but he's not going to be here forever, so it's really time we start thinking about this defensive line. At pick 168, I'm going with Rashard Smith, a running back out of SMU. Isaiah Pacheco is a beast, but we need a true speedster to complement him, and Smith fits that mold perfectly. He's a home run threat every time he touches the ball, whether it's as a runner or receiver. His ability to create explosive plays makes him a valuable asset in this offense. His durability and power running are concerns, but in a rotation with Pacheco, I think he'll thrive. At pick 232, we're beefing up the defensive line with Ty Hamilton from Ohio State. This guy is a powerful run defender who holds his ground well against double teams. He needs to refine his pass rushing moves, but his ability to clog up the middle makes him a solid depth piece on the defensive line. And as I said earlier, it's time we start thinking about the defensive line. Chris Jones isn't going to be here forever, so maybe Ty Hamilton could possibly be the Chris Jones replacement. Maybe he can set under Chris Jones, learn from Chris Jones, and then once Chris is gone, after he retires, this could be the guy. And with our final pick, 256 overall, I have the Chiefs selecting Jalen Rivers, an offensive tackle from Miami. Rivers is a massive physical lineman with experience at both tackle and guard. He's a solid pass protector with strong hands, but his upright play can get him into trouble sometimes against quicker rushers. He could compete right away for a starting spot at right guard if Trey Smith does not stay in Kansas City, while also providing depth at that left tackle spot. And a few things to announce before I get out of here. The Chiefs are going to give Travis Kelce a month to decide his future. Kansas City would like to know his decision around March 14th. Ultimately, I think Kelce comes back. He might as well try and win another Super Bowl. The Chiefs are expected to hire Matt House as a senior defensive assistant. House won a Super Bowl with KC in 2019. He worked for the Jaguars last year after 2 seasons as LSU's defensive coordinator. The Chiefs are also expected to hire Jackson State linebackers coach Chris Orr. Then the Ravens are expected to hire Chiefs safety coach Donald DeLacio. And lastly, the Chiefs have signed tight end Anthony Frisker to a reserve future deal. And the biggest piece of news news of them all, but not in a good way. Former Chiefs wide receiver Kadarius Toney was arrested for allegations that he strangled a woman. So yeah, lots of news going around. That last part wasn't good, but everything else was pretty good. So let me know, what do you think of my full 7-round Chiefs mock draft? We addressed the offensive line, add weapons for Patrick Mahomes. We bolstered the defense, and we got faster in the backfield. What do you think? Did I nail it, or did I miss someone you want to see in Kansas City? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, like, share, subscribe. Peace.